Mona. It's the 12th of December. Hope everybody is well. Good morning, RJ. Snowville in Kent. Oh, I know. I saw Karen starting it's her first day at her new job, and fortunately it is walkable, but obviously in the snow it's a bit. So she would have gone in the car, and she's having to trudge off because it's her first day. You can't exactly bring it in and say, "Oh, there's too much snow. I can't get my car out." But oh God, I'd love a bit of snow. I mean, I literally love the snow. Like, I love the sun. I think it's the reflection or something of the white. Like, I've been absolutely loving the frost. It's so pretty on the trees, and like the spider webs and everything's so pretty. I just absolutely love it. And I'd love some snow. Good evening, Dawn Sherry Paul, and good morning, Leanne. But on the subject of the freezing cold, my two latest tips. Well, I mean, I feel the cold, so I'm really, like, as well as my jumper, I've got I've got my Stranger Things fleece. Then I've got a t-shirt. I've got on. Can't even see who that is. I was at Stormzy, and then I've got a vest. And I've got my ski leggings on, and when I go out, I put on my snow trousers, and people have said, and snow boots, and people said, "Oh, you got enough stuff on?" I'm like, yeah, like, I'm literally not cold when I go out, so I can't recommend enough layering up. And the recommendation is, you probably know all of this, but I'm just going to say it anyway. The recommendation is layers over just one thick thing, because it traps the air in between each layer, and kind of so it's like insulating. Yeah, I just have to mention this, because I know, you know, what with the heating crisis, if anybody hears this and gets a tip, then, you know, all good. I bought some of these. I had some of these for my wellies last year, like knee-high ones, and I literally could, because you know how cold your feet get in wellies if it's proper cold and you go out. I got some of these knee-high, and they were amazing. So these are just like normal ankle size heat holder socks. Oh my God. But I mean, they're not cheap. I've got a 4-pack, and I think they work out might be about £6 a pair. But I can tell you, in this weather, that's cheaper than, you know, like if you're having to be economical with your heating, go for everything you can, is what I'm saying. Also, my other top tip, and this was also not cheap, but it is really cheap to run. You might know about these as well. But like, my friend has got one as well. My brother's got one. My brother recommended it. So, and it's a nice looking, it's an over blanket. It's not for one that you put under, like in your bed. You don't cover it up. You can literally, if you're sat at the computer, you can literally have this. Or if you're just on a sofa, you can have this, and it looks nice. It doesn't look like an old person blanket, and it's an electric blanket, but it's an over blanket. That's the can you see, that's the brand Levivo. They are about, I think it's about 60 quid, but it's only, my brother's an electrician, and he checked, and it's only at 120 watts, and he reckons by current amounts that you can have it on for 9 hours. That's the time where it's on. 9 hours, it would switch itself off, and it would cost 38 pence. You could be in a cold room and have that on, and you would feel warm. So there's my top tips if you are trying to stay warm and not take out a second mortgage to do it. Right, who else is in? Good morning, Funky Neil. Hair looks ace. Oh, I know it's looking a bit prodigy, isn't it? But I came out the shower, and I was like, well, because if I have it all stuck down, it's not going to dry. And we don't even have a hairdryer, because we don't do stuff like that in this house. So I thought, oh, I just need to get it dry. So yeah, that's why I look like this. But, you know, I can't be on caring about my hair. Morning, Spiky. I'll tell you what, though. So one of our sofas is DFS, and it's and two of the chairs have those recliner things, but electric, and one mysteriously broke whilst we were away and Connie was here. Anyway, that was back in June. and we had them out, and we've only just had somebody came out and looked at it and said, oh yeah, these go all the time, like the mechanism thing. And we've only just had somebody out. They ordered the part now, like half a year it's taken. Anyway, so this morning, I thought it was my brother ringing the doorbell. And so I just got out of the shower, just chucked a towel around, came down, opened the door. It's this old DFS guy. And he went, oh, he didn't know what to do. He was like, oh, I won't look. I said, oh, sorry, I thought you were my brother. I did have a towel on, but, so I'll just show you where it is. So that was great this morning. So where was I? RJ doing orders full of cold. Oh God, it's just cold after cold, isn't it? Funky Neil got up this morning and thought, ooh, snow, better feed the birds. Opened the curtains and looked out to check the patio for the bird seed situation. Yep, and there's a fucking rat rummaging in the snow for food. That is the trouble if you put stuff on the ground, because I used to put bread out and it encourages rats. And I've seen some huge rats that used to a couple of times run through the garden when the girls were like babies. And I was like, oh my God, we can't have this. And someone said, don't put bread out because it just attracts the rats. I think you need that stuff. Thing is, we have a lot of squirrels as well. So anything, oh God, I've put those fat snacks out for the birds before, and birds don't get looking because squirrels are on it and they've got it within seconds. Next door, I've got one of those like squirrel proof things for the birds, but yeah, you have to be a bit careful about that. Any food, if you put it on the floor, you will get rats. What's that? Rosie saw those in Costco, went back to get one sold out. Yeah, they're absolutely, well, Amazon, I got mine from them. Honestly, they're fantastic. Because also, like Connie's room, it's so hard to even heat the house because we've got a wood burner in the lounge, so we're fucking so pleased that I got that put in years ago, because we can heat the lounge and like all that fuel you've bought, so you're not like thinking, God, is this costing me £1,000? We can like have it snuggly buggly in here, but of course the rest of the house isn't snuggly buggly. So like even if you've had the heating on for however long, it's not enough to heat the house in this temperature. So not to snuggly buggly levels. And Connie's room, like it's all right in our bedrooms because we're all above normal rooms, but Connie's room is above the garage, so it's really cold. And she said she was cold the other night. I was like, oh my God. So I was like thinking, we need to like warm her bed up before she gets in it. So I said, how about if I put the over blanket on your bed, like on the sheet, so it warms all the sheet up. And then she went up there to watch. She's going to watch a film. So I said, you can't cover this up though. It's an over blanket, not an under thing. So she actually was just on a sheet with the over blanket, and it heated it all up. Did an extra quilt as well. So she's got like 2 quilts, blankets. And I said, she said her socks, her feet were cold. And I said, I'm not being funny, but people used to wear bed socks for a reason. So I said, do you want some fluffy socks? Because like we'll get everything else warm. And then the next day I checked, like, was that better? Because even with the heat on, like she's got one radiator in her room, and her room's just freezing. And she said, yeah, she was fine. She wasn't cold. So I can't have anybody being cold, you know. So yeah, anyway, so I recommend that. No, only myself to blame. I feed the squirrels and then complain they're in the room. Oh gosh, yeah, they're just squirrel city around here. I mean, I like, it's quite nice seeing them running along the fence, but yeah, I remember once I saw one with one of my crocus bulbs in its gob. It just like looked up, like with one of my crocus bulbs in its gob. I was like, it just like it could sense I'd buried something. Rosie also invested in thermal linings for the curtains. Yes, let's see. We've got bare windows in the lounge. Yeah, and we don't have any curtains either. We just have blinds because I just don't. They look messy. But I know thick curtains are a good idea, definitely. Yes. So I'll talk about eBay. That is what we're here for. And let's see. I'm doing some decluttering in the house as well. We got out all of our, hats, gloves, scarves and winter coats, everything, snow boots. I found everything that we have in the cupboard, got it all out, and then went through the girls like, this one. They were like, no, I don't want that. I won't wear that. And, right, okay. So I stuck loads of stuff on Vinted as well. And that's selling through nicely. I do love Vinted. So eBay has been depressing, to be honest, quite depressing. Sorry to say that, but I know some people are doing well, but I feel like they might be in the minority. It is the slowest Q4 I've ever experienced. And, you know, for good reason. I don't, you know, I want people to freaking be able to pay their mortgages and heat their homes over buy a silver ring off me. You know, don't get me wrong. Yeah, so I'm gonna do another video, might be next Mondays, and I'm gonna do a kind of lessons I've learned from 2022 and plans for 2023. And it's going to be tough the next couple of years, I think. And people haven't got a lot of money, and we've got to like bear that in mind. Yes, I was going to say something else then on that note, but oh yes, I don't know if you saw, another chain is going under M&Co. So Jules, they've managed to have a buyout, but yeah, they went into administration. At M&Co have gone into administration, and some people are saying, that you know, never recovered from post-COVID times, but yeah, it's all a bit, well. And yeah, like a local shop in Caversham's also gone under after a lot of years. I think it is a sign of the times, unfortunately. Excuse me. So I'll let you know. Yeah, my figures for the week. Just to touch on Etsy, no more sales on there. I've got 71 items on there. I'm thinking of running a really drastic sale, like 50% off on Etsy, to try and get it going. Because I want to focus on that going forwards. My shop does end at the end of the year. There'll be, where I've still listed some towards the end of this month, there'll still be some listings up for a bit, but there's going to be very little on eBay. That's the plan, unless I find a new area that works, you know, of things that people want to buy at a good price. If I find that and it's all, then obviously I'll start the shop back up. But at the moment, the plan is to move most stuff away from eBay and focus on Etsy. So yeah, right. So I'll give you the figures for eBay. Antoinette, I think people are worried about items arriving in time for Christmas. Yes, that's the other thing. Because I've been sending everything tracked 48, and even those, I'm getting people saying, oh, item's not arrived. And also the annoying thing is people say, I know there's postal strikes, but my item hasn't arrived and it was due Monday. Yeah. So you're aware of the postal strikes, and they're like, so could you look into it? Oh yeah, yes, of course. I mean, we've got the tracking, but what I'll do is I'll get hold of the CEO of Royal Mail and get him to look into your parcel personally. Yes, there's Royal Mail strikes on. I've got tracking on it. It's not being funny. There isn't. I mean, I'm like, oh, I'm so sorry for the delay. You know, but Jesus H. Good morning, Pure Vintage. Yes, so Antoinette, yes, I think people are worried about, some people have said that they're buying more from physical stores because they're worried about things turning up in time for Christmas. Could be part of it. Could be, yes. And I know Sarah Resells on Insta, she's gone UPS next day, and so I think she's charging $6.50 an item in order to kind of guarantee stuff will get there. See, I'm currently free shipping and I can't absorb that kind of cost. So I don't know. Yeah, certainly I'm going to put a big sale on Etsy, but it's tough. Right, I'll give you the figures are terrible. So for this last 7 days, and then I'll just show you what's going out. It's only 4 bits. I've done, I mean, God, this would be bad in normal times. The last 7 days turnover is £451.76. I don't think I need to do a daily. It's just shite as shite, isn't it? So yeah, 4 bits going out. Let's have a look. A necklace, a bracelet, and 2 rings. I mean, this time of year, it's mental. So another Butler and Wilson. Gorgeous crystal. Hopefully somebody's going somewhere lovely to wear that. £16. Everything's free ship. And everything's sold via promoted. But you know, this is part of that bundle where I'm so way into profit now. I'll take anything on those. A Lola Rose. God, these used to sell well, but I don't think this is a popular kind of colour, this kind of natural colour. Lola Rose bracelet, that's gone for £12.50. They offered me 10. I was like, oh, for God's sake. I had a blue one, which went much higher, actually, but I think that was a more popular colour. But this I've had for absolutely, do I know? It's been on since, August. No, I don't know what I paid for that. A little flower sterling silver band. That's gone for, so I've reduced prices also so much on the silver rings, trying to get any to go out the door. £15, that one's gone for. And then this one has gone for, and that's a repeat buy, that's gone for £18. And that's blue goldstone. I know it looks black, but it's actually, can you see how blue it is? Blue goldstone, a chunky one. £18. So yeah, that's a nice deal. And that's it. I mean, yeah, it's pretty pitiful. Tell me how your sales are, though. I'm hoping to hear some nice stories. I know, RJ, you're doing well, and I think you've been very astute. And I feel that, I mean, part of it's my fault for not foreseeing this coming, but I have a tendency, if something sells well, to throw myself into that area. And I think I threw myself into an area that I spent a lot of money on stock, and now it's hard to make a profit on it because I spent too much on it, and that's my fault. Good morning, Babs at the Attic. Dawn Show report, postage is expensive here, cheapest about $12 to $15 for small parcels, so don't do free shipping. Yeah, so we have got a good rate on the Royal Mail 48s at the moment. It's like £2.85 for a small parcel or £2.70 for a large letter, which is fantastic. But is it making a difference? Well, I don't think it is. And I get pence back for offering the free shipping. It gives me a premium seller badge. Which is meant to help boost your listings up the thing, does it? I freaking don't know. I'm promoted and I've got a premium listing badge. Have I got any sales? No. So RJ, eBay puts up a little yesterday on both shops. Amazon was best weekend this year and still getting sales on Etsy. God, I need some help on Etsy. I really do. Woofer badge, I know. It's like, for God's sake. Oh, for God's sake. It's just, yeah, it's hysterical, isn't it, really? I can't believe as well that like a year ago, 2 years ago, was the good times. Like for me, like stuff was just selling. It was just I didn't realize how good it was. So I'm hysterical, sorry. Right, that's just a quick one this morning, and I think I'll do that video I think next Monday about my lessons and plans, because also I would like to grow Etsy, but this also, I want your opinion on this, because this is primarily a reselling channel. I know I go off the course a little bit, but I've kind of been thinking, I talk about eBay a lot. If I'm not getting many sales on Etsy, or if I'm like, oh, hello, I'm going to show you what's going on Etsy this week. Oh, that'll be nothing then. Should I really still be on? Because people are here for the reselling content. So that's another thing I need to think about for next year is, can I really keep doing this? Maybe I should just do small updates on Insta I am. I'm on Insta every day, and I do post on there. So Shell Storini Insta, if you're not already following me there. Let me know your opinion. Like, if I should just concentrate on Insta next year and forget about coming on here with my updates, or if you'd still like me here whittling on about God knows what. Yeah, let me know about that, please, in the comments. My winter woolies selling. What jumpers? I've actually got a winter woolies. I think I've still got one Wentworth puzzle called Winter Woolies. There's a load of sheep in the snow. Even the Wentworth puzzles, I can tell you, God, the prices we used to get for those, and that's so down now, as everything is. My Winter Woolies, yes, I've a lot have gone on Vinted. I feel like everybody's selling jumpers at the moment, and if there's any wool content, I put that in the title. I qualified to sell refurbished stuff now, but every time I select the refurbished condition, I submit the listing and decline, since I have to offer free shipping and 30-day return. Oh Christ! Yeah, it's just a hoop after hoop, isn't it, to jump through? Dawn, do keep coming on. Just love your take on. Oh, that's nice. Thank you. Well, if you still want to hear my take on life, then I can let you know still what I've been up to in the week and my recommendations of how to keep warm, or whatever. EBay can bite me for a post. Like watching on the tube. Okay, well, so I've got into the routine of just doing a little live on a Monday. So I could carry on with that. And if I'm on it for 10 minutes because I've got bug all to say, or on for half an hour, I'll tell you what if there's anything, throw some questions at me on Insta or in the comments if there's anything you want to ask me, or or topics, then I can still come on here and whitter on about those, even if I've got no sales. And if I have got some sales, I will show you those and how it's going. So that might be one thing. I do enjoy your lives, one of my faves, to be honest. Oh, thank you so much. I get a little lost with some lives, so well done you. Oh, thank you so much. Antoinette, always love watching you, Shelley. If you have no sales, you could just do Shell's tips on random topics. Thank you. Oh God, can you imagine? So this week's top tip, you might think, oh God, now what? I am quite a practical person, to be fair. Alison Powell, good morning. Love your morning chat. Keep doing it, please. Oh, okay, right. I think that's settled then. If you can cope with there's not really much reselling content, I'll pop on anyway. It's part of my routine now. Good morning, Joanne. Love your lives on a Monday. Oh, thank you so much. Hi, Kath. Lovely to see you. And you. Monday morning routine, ace bitching. What are you saying? I'm a very gentle, non-judgmental person. Tips on chatting up old codgers, maybe. So honestly, I'm down with the Giffers, the old Giffers. I mean, oh God, he was so embarrassed, that DFS guy. I thought, I am covered. I'm not exposing myself, am I? He was really embarrassed. Honestly, I think probably because at the bus stops and where I talk to them all, they just see me as one of them. Well, she's old. She's getting the bus. Oh God, my life. Okay, we're going to end there. Give me look at her hair. Give me a thumbs up if you've enjoyed this erratic, hysterical chat. And subscribe if you'd like to see more, because there's going to be more coming. I don't know if anyone else has said it, but that jumper is great. Thank you so much. It's an old Marks one, really oversized. I absolutely love it. Yeah, my friend, last thing to say, I went down to my friends. She was having like a Christmassy afternoon. Some of my friends were doing crafts. I was like, and then half was like, we'll bring mulled wine. We're not doing crafts. We'll come with you. So it was really nice, like fire going and Christmas music and mulled wine and stuff. And I walked in, and her husband's got on an absolutely fantastic Ghostbusters jumper. Christmas jumper. I was like, watching and went, I love your jumper. And my friend was like, oh, Shelley, you're so funny. Like, you really genuinely meant that. I was like, yeah. And then I undid mine. I was like, quite I've got on. Yeah. Right. What's just last couple of comments and I'm off. Pure Vintage, it's good to share our joys and woes within this live chat. You are helping us along the reselling journey by sharing your stories. Thank you. Yeah, I did this morning. Honestly, I just felt so depressed with it. I thought, what do I need to do to drum up some sales? And I thought, can I even go on? I've got virtually no sales, but then I'm like, but then it's really not showing that. And if anybody else is also going, God, I've just had enough of it, then maybe it helps to hear somebody might be in the same boat. They say Britain is going back where? To Dickensian times. Perhaps you can be the Charlie Dickensian of our times. Honestly, I've been thinking about this because, well, like I said to Connie, people used to wear bed socks. If everything else is warm, she said it was just her feet. I was like, I'm not being funny. Like, do you want some cozy socks? Because this is a situation we're in. Like, we don't have a smart meter, and I did say to Tom, should we get a smart meter so that we can actually? What I have the fear of is that, the next heating bill will be £1,000 if we had it on like we usually do. And I'm like fascinated by my friend's smart meters, like the updates of like, we spent this much already and it's 10 in the morning. I'm like, yeah, because we've got the unknown. And another friend said that's why she still likes her top up card, because she can't get into Strive with it. And I said, yeah, that's, I think for a lot of people, that is the worry, is like, it's a really big bill now, the energy, really big. And if people's mortgages have gone up, some of my friends are saying some shocking amounts of mortgages have gone up, 500 quid, 600 quid. And then you've got the heat on the top. I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised people are saying about going back to Dickensian times, because what I've really noticed, and yeah, it was Mrs. Emporium's chat I found so interesting, that she was saying, like a lot of us grew up without central heating, and now it's like, it's such a kind of level of living. It seems barbaric not to have central heating now, but now I hardly feel like I've got central heating, which is pathetic, I know, because it's, it is coming on. We do have central heating, but because when we've got the fire going, I just load that up and we get it all snugly in here for the evening. You go out there, it's like Arctic. RJ, shall try to have a great week in health and happiness. Take care and have a good week. Chat. Thank you so much, RJ, and you. Excuse me. Getting a bit into the flow of things there. Neil, have an awesome week, everyone. I'm off to Kilobrand. God. So can it be like that rat thing where like they put a beanbag down the tube at the Christmas fair and you have to splat the rat? Pure Vintage, exactly. We are all suffering at the moment. Neil, don't get a smart meter. It will drive you nuts and you'll get obsessed with it. That's why we haven't got one. But now I'm wondering if we should have one. I mean, I'm obsessed with other people's smart meters. I know a couple of people who've turned off their smart meter display. Oh my God. Yeah, I mean, this is the thing. And people are saying, the thing is, the advice is do not let the temperature go below 18. But, that's fine for people to be giving out that advice. But what if you cannot afford it? If your mortgage has just gone up by 5. See, this is what I worried about. I'm worried they're going to find some old give us frozen solid this winter. I said, and it's not the ones that will come forward for some help. It's the ones that won't come forward, or, they also say check on anybody that's on their own, or the ones that don't speak up and go, oh, I'll manage, and they're not managing. How to make sure those people are okay. Yeah, because if I knew there was someone on their own, and I'd take them one of those electric blankets round, yeah, worries me anyway. So have a great week. Rosie's hubby is away on business, 29 degrees. He's not happy about coming back. Oh my word. Have a great week. I hope you get some sales in. I hope I've got some positive shit to talk about next Monday. And yeah, thumbs up. Bye-bye. Please don't die. Yes, bye-bye.